Hi, my name's Sheehan, and today I'd like to talk about Doctor Who and the Savages. It's the penultimate story from season 3 of the classic series, shown first in 1966, starring William Hartnell as the Doctor, and the story is written by Ian Stewart Black. Now, the Savages is completely missing, sadly, but fortunately there's stills that survive on set, as well as the original soundtrack, and fortunately there are unauthorised reconstructions such as this one, so that's brilliant. So the story is in 4 episodes, and I suppose if you could sum it up, it's about the exploited overcoming the exploiters. The story's set in a distant planet far in the future, and the Doctor, Dodo and Stephen dematerialise onto this planet, and the Doctor's met by these group of people called the Elders, and they seem to be expecting him. Dodo and Stephen soon realise that there's another group of people who superficially are far less advanced and sophisticated than the Elders, the titular Savages, and they're aware that these Savages are being exploited by the Elders. They're being drained of their energy before being let back into the wilderness, and we experience this energy theft, if you like, through this young savage called Nanina. In the second episode, Dodo discovers the lab in the Elders' city where these experiments and this energy transference takes place. And Dodo and Stephen get to know the Savages a bit more. The Doctor begins to turn against the Elders. He realises what they're doing to the Savages and draining their energy. But then the Doctor himself is the next subject to be drained of his energy. It turns out in the next episode that the Doctor's energy is to be taken by the leader of the Elders, Jano, who desires the Doctor's intelligence. In the meantime, Stephen and Dodo with the Savages in their caves, and but Exorce and Edel, Elder soldiers, go to these caves to try and root out Dodo and Stephen and bring them back to the city, presumably to be drained of their energy as well. Exorce, one of the soldiers, probably the meanest of them, is captured actually in the caves by the Savages, and there begins this romance, this rather unlikely romance between Exorce and Nanina, the girl whose energy was drained in the first episode. Eventually Stephen and Dodo, after fighting back against the Elders, make their way back to the city, but they're trapped in there, and they're about to be suffocated by this poisonous gas. In the final episode, we realise that Jano, who'd taken on the Doctor's energy, has actually taken on something of his personality as well, including his sense of his moral compass. So Jano begins to realise that what himself and the Elders are doing is wrong, and he starts to sympathise with the Savages and work with them and with the Doctor, with Stephen and Dodo. And sure enough, he allows the Doctor and his companions, as well as the Savages, access to the laboratory where these evil experiments take place, much to the displeasure of the other Elders, and they begin to wreck the lab, destroying all these energy transference machines. This, of course, nullifies the hold the Elders have over the Savages, and so their power's taken away, and the exploited and the exploiters are finally level with each other in terms of power and influence. and they decide to work things out together. Start again, begin a new chapter in this planet's history. The elders and the savages are going to work together for a brighter future. And who's going to be their leader? Well, lo and behold, it's Stephen they want. And therefore Stephen stays with these people on this planet and leaves the Doctor and Dodo. So what are we to make of the savages? You know, obviously the whole thing's gone, but you get a very good idea what it really is anyway through the stills and the soundtrack on this reconstruction, which is very well done. And it's a rather enjoyable story. You know, it's not too long, being a four-parter. Works really well, this story. The idea of two peoples on a planet, kind of at loggerheads with one dominating the other, I guess isn't original, even in Doctor Who. We've had similar kind of dynamics in stories before. But nonetheless, it's enjoyable. The elders have these very cheap-looking helmets, and the savages, you know, could be taken from, I guess, an unearthly child in a way. You know, they're not like particularly memorable characters or people, but nonetheless, the story ticks along well, and the Doctor, as always, is great in it. Stephen and Dodo, who aren't my favourite companions, they're good, they're fine, and you know, and I guess Stephen leaves to make a positive impact in the universe. So fair play to him. And a special mention of the music on this serial, composed by Raymond Jones. Seems to be a rather sophisticated music for this serial. Sounds a bit like Benjamin Britten or something. So that kind of stuck with me anyway. So yeah, the Savages, you know, a very enjoyable story. Probably not one that is remembered on the tips of everyone's tongues, but certainly well worth watching, an enjoyable 4-episode story. And please check out the brief slideshow with the structure and the themes after this. Thanks for watching. Bye.